Hey, baby, in the kitchen, about to get these stuffed bell peppers rocking. One of my favorite dishes that I've ever had, and I love stuffed bell peppers. I eat that with nothing else. And it was introduced to me by Miss Sharon Hampton, and she has been putting on with them stuffed bell peppers when I come to town. She'll make me my own pan when she's doing her dinners and her plates. I try to get in New Orleans to get me a plate, so I'm finna go and get it cracking with my own stuffed bell peppers. So the ingredients today for my stuffed bell peppers, seasoning wise, I'm gonna combine all these. It's gonna be my onion powder, my creole seasoning, Tony Sashers, got my paprika, my paprika, garlic powder, I got my garlic and herb, have my Italian seasoning, black pepper, and my seafood Saigon. Got some seafood stock. I got my onion, bell pepper, and celery. And I got 3 cloves of garlic that I've chopped up. I also have my ground beef, my lump crab, my shrimp. I have my shrimp heads, which you take that with the shrimp stock and make a more in-depth flavored shrimp stock as well. So I'm gonna sit that on the oven, let it boil, and let all the seasonings and all the natural juices flow together. And then I have my stuffed bell peppers. So what we're gonna do now before we start, I'm gonna take my shrimp heads, I'm gonna put them in a pot from when I peeled them. I took the heads and I'm gonna take it off and I'm gonna add in some of my seafood stock, and I'm gonna bring that to a simmer so I can get those good natural flavors up out of them. So I'm gonna bring this to a boil, and I'm gonna let it simmer down. So while I wait for that, I'm gonna go ahead and combine all my seasonings into one dish, and I'm gonna use that to flavor the seafood stock. And now I'm also gonna boil up my bell peppers for about 10 minutes just to get them a little soft for when I put in the filling. When I do eat my bell peppers, I don't just eat the filling, I eat the whole pepper, all mixed for an amazing taste. I'm take out my seasonings, put them all together. So right now, I am boiling the seafood stock and the shrimp heads. So now I'm gonna turn that down. I let it simmer. Added a little bit of onion, bell pepper, and celery to it as well to give it an extra depth of flavor as well. And I'm gonna take a little bit of the seasoning combination that I had. Not gonna do too much because I don't want to over salt it. Just give it a little bit more seasoning. Stir it a little bit. Get everything incorporated together. And as you see now, I'm letting the water boil, getting ready for my bell peppers to sit and get a little soft. I'm gonna add a little salt to the water because we don't want to bland bell pepper at all. So now I still have the shrimp stock simmering. I'm gonna take a little salt, not a whole lot, just to season the water. And I'm gonna add my bell peppers, set a timer for about 11 minutes. Only reason I'm doing 11 minutes because I start the timer before I put them all in. Let them take a little hot bath. And like I said, I like to have mine a little soft. Simple fact, I eat the stuffing with my bell pepper, and the bell pepper adds an amazing flavor once you combine all those together. Now y'all know, when I'm cooking, gotta have me a nice little peach crown and some sweet tea. Now my cast iron skillet, put a little olive oil. Take 1 pound of ground beef. Brown it up. And get this browned up. Use my spatula to break it up. Help get them nice juices out. I'm going to take some of my seasoning, not going to over salt it, but just enough to bring out that good beef flavor. To cook roughly about 8 to 10 minutes. You know, just want to get it brown. And remember, when we stuff these peppers, we're going to put the peppers in the oven. And then we're going to combine these once it's cooled down as well. I'm going to do a little onion, bell pepper, and celery. I'm going to saute some of those, so it's also going to cook with this as well. So again, don't over season it. You don't want your peppers to be too salty. With these peppers, you just want to be patient. Don't want to cook them too fast. Be a little patient and it'll be well your weight. So my peppers have been getting softened for about the last 11-12 minutes. Now I'm going to take them out. Make sure to drain them. And then I'm going to let them sit over to the side and cool off. I'm going to pull these to the side and let them cool off. Also, my ground beef is browned. So now I'm going to take those and drain them. So after letting that drain and cool, I'm not going to wipe out my pan because I still want to use those juices. I want as much flavor as possible. I'm going to add a little bit olive oil. Then I'm going to add, I have chopped up 1 whole onion, 1 whole green bell pepper, and a celery stick. Wash out my utensils. That's hot. So we're gonna get these, sweat these peppers and these onions, celery out. Add a little bit of my seasoning. Still got the shrimp stock over here simmering. I'm gonna keep an eye on this. I'm gonna start moving some of my pots, get a little cleaned up. Now I do want to add about 4 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to incorporate with my onions and bell pepper. Just going to add a lot more flavor. I'm not a person who likes to use margarine at all anymore. I just really love the taste that you get from butter. A lot more depth and richer flavor. Now, some healthier people, you might want to use some ghee. On this dish, I actually didn't use it. But from Thrive Market, got a little ghee, clarified butter, a little healthier, a little plant-based, organic butter. That's from people like Glenn Foreman over there. You want to get you some of that ghee, Glenn. Still getting the onion, bell pepper, and celery sauteing. Probably another good 5 minutes, but it's looking terrific over here. And smelling even better. Boy. Now I'm going to take my shrimp stock, I'm going to strain it out. We'll let that chill out for a second while I finish softening up these vegetables. Remember, I had that on a medium-high heat. Don't want to cook it too fast. Now, the peppers, onions, and celery have all softened up nicely. Still got that butter in there as well. Now we're going to add the ground beef back. Gonna get this all combined. Watch for any casualties. You don't want to lose none of this meat, because you want it all in the peppers. Now we're going to add some more of our combined seasonings. We didn't use a whole lot of salt when we made this, so it won't be too salty. But we got good flavors. We got the Italian seasoning, we have the garlic powder, the onion powder, the creole seasoning, and the Saigon. The flavors are gonna be outstanding. And yeah, I said it, outstanding. Still getting all this incorporated, letting it marinate well. You want all those flavors, the meat, the veggies, the butter, the seasoning. You want it all good and all combined very well. These peppers ain't no joke. Now, I'm about to add my shrimp in. If you want to go ahead and season your shrimp up a little bit, I always tell people season to your liking. You may like a little bit more seasoning than I do, or you may like a little less. But season to your liking, taste as you go, and I always recommend never using the same fork or spoon twice. Yep. So I've added the shrimp. Now I'm about to add my super lump crab meat. I want these things full. That's how we do it where I'm from. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida, Duval. But I can get down in the kitchen with my Creole cooking. Again, take your time. You can use a bigger pan if you need. As for me, I really like cooking in my cast iron. Add a little bit of seasoning there. Get all that incorporated real good. Losing pieces here and there. So I'm gonna let that chill for about a good 5 minutes. Get all the meats incorporated, all the seasoning, all the veggies, so we can get our amazing taste. So now let this saute for about 5 minutes. Now I'm gonna turn my heat off. Now I'm gonna have a half a cup of breadcrumbs. And now I'm gonna add half of my shrimp stock. Salt incorporated. Haven't added all my shrimp stock at one time. Want to make sure this all blends together.
That's not fair. Well, you want to cry about it, Tommy? You want to make a little magic before the clock runs out on both of us? Okay, screw it. No more offers. Drop the table, Tom. I'm taking count. No. Hey, wait. Hey, get a deal. Get a deal.
Add a little bit more breadcrumbs. And again, you can like this to the consistency that you want.
That deal's now on the table. What? We live in a different world than we did just 30 seconds ago. What? What do you want now? I want my pitch back. I want David Putney. I need a pump return.
It's all incorporated. Smell it. Something serious over here.
All my pitch back, and I want David Putney just because I feel like you're out of your mind. Yeah, I am.
Now I'm going to preheat my oven to 350 degrees. Get this all incorporated. And I'm a crab and shrimp person. So I'm going to load mine every time with crab meat and shrimp. Nothing cap. Think y'all going to be pretty proud of me with this one. Coco, think you're going to like this one. Mama Sandra, I think you're going to like this one. It's looking right. Now we got everything incorporated. Now it's time to stuff these bad boys. And don't be shy. Stuff them. Nobody will ever be mad if you overstuff. Got that sweet crab. With them sweet shrimp. And that ground beef with the breadcrumbs and the onion and bell pepper and the butter. This finna be off the hook. God, this is my first time ever making this, and again, nothing. The Sharon Hampton, the one put me on stuffed bell pepper, and it's been on ever since. I think that was 2001. First time I ever had it. And I was missing out in life. Definitely missing out in life. Y'all hear the oven going off? Oven said they ready for these peppers. Like I said, I'm overstuffed. Got them good Gulf shrimp, that good Gulf blue crab, good ground beef. And every bite, you're going to have some crab, you're going to have that shrimp. It ain't going to be showing none of that seafood. Now I'm going to take some of that leftover breadcrumb, sprinkle some on the top. Wash them hands real good. And now to top it all off, piece of butter. And that's gonna melt all into it. And then I got a little bit more to save in the refrigerator to make me some fresh ones later on. I may just take this to work with a couple bell peppers, see what everybody looking like. So what I'm gonna do is take the peppers, put them in the oven for about a good 30 minutes, and then we're gonna see what it's looking like. We have now finished stuffed bell pepper, pepper seasoned well tender, shrimp, ground beef, crab meat, super lump, crab meat. But my cousins and my brother and mess with me. Yeah, buddy. Hot. Hot. Man, check that out. Check it out. See that steam, see that meat all mixed together. Well, this concludes my video, and thank you all for blessing me with your presence. I really appreciate it. And once y'all make this, please take pictures and post it for me. I want to see how it work out. Also, to give a shout out to my sister in love, Angel Mays. I saw she did her stuffed bell peppers today. It was on my mind to do it, but when I saw yours, it really inspired me to knock some out as well. And once I get back to Jayville, Duval, we're going to make these and a couple other items for the fam. Thank y'all for coming out.